What's going on, family? It's your boy Justin. Super excited to be here with y'all. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how I made a little bit over $14,000 on a signal I sent out on Euro Odd. If you guys aren't in the free signals community, click the link in the bio so you can enroll. It's 100% free to get started. All you need to do is have funds to be able to trade alongside of us and take the signals in the community. But with that being said, I'm gonna show you guys how I was able to make this $14,000 trading Euro AUD. And this is a trade where I actually exited early, guys. Oh man, I'm fucking tight about it. But yo, this is a trade where I exited early. If I would have held the position, probably would have squeezed out another maybe like 6-7K. But hey, you know, you can't be mad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and flip my screen. Here is the original trade on Euro AUD. And just for you guys that like to see where that trade was originally called. Now, in regards to it, this is a very, very simple setup. It's a textbook setup. It's one of my favorite setups. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over the thought process and how I was able to find this specific setup. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start this fresh. So now we have a naked Euro odd. So what I did was I started off on the higher time frame. It's starting on the higher time frames. You want to start on the higher time frames just because you can get a bigger overall picture and see what exactly is going on, right? So I started off on a bigger time frame. The specific time frame was H4. Now what I did was I marked off some key areas. I marked off the last lower high, and I marked off the lowest low, and I marked off the previous low. Now, why did I do that? It's just because the way I trade, it's all about structure. You know, as price goes down, as it breaks the lows in a downtrend, it should pull back and create new lows. But the moment that we have a break of structure, something like this, where a previous lower high gets taken out, it's my first indication that price should make some type of retracement, give us an entry, and then we could start riding the waves to new highs. This is the basic model of this specific setup. Now, the model just means the thought process, the idea, strategy, whatever you want to say. This is the idea of what we're looking at. I'm going to go ahead and delete that nice little drawing. Just remember that. Come back to this part in the video if you guys want. But my thought process here is this. It is, all right, we had a low here that put in a lower high, and we came in and we put in a lower low, and this lower low pushed up and it put price above the previous lower high, which created our first higher high. We'll do blue. Created our first higher high. So what does that mean? It means that the structure was moving accordingly. From this low, we pushed up and we made a new higher high. All right, sick. What does that mean? It means that this wasn't actually a it means that this here wasn't actually a lower low. It was a liquidity grab. We grabbed some liquidity below this low before we had an aggressive move that took us higher, right? So what does that mean? It means that this previous high here is a break of structure. BOS. All right, sick. Now that we got that down, now let's focus more in. Now I'm going to start going to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour, what do I see? I see price is moving pretty healthy. We went down, we made this low. We came back, we mitigated that. We came back up. There was an imbalance left behind here. We came back, dipped into it. Then we had a big run to the upside. So what did I do? I simply took my fib from the relative low to the new high. And it was actually not this low. It was this low right here. So I took my fib from this low. Let me clean this up for you guys a little bit. That's just going to annoy me. I took my fib from the low to... Took my fib from the low to the high. So let me clean this up for you guys a little bit. Take the fib from here up to there. You could have took it from here as well. The reason why I picked this was just like a straight continuation move to me. The reason why I didn't originally do it from this one is because it went up and then it pulled back. So for me, this was a straight move. I don't consider this a deep enough retracement to consider that the specific low. But in regards to it, that was the let me put the replay tool on just so you guys can see it in real time. All right, so that was that. And then when we started scaling down to the lower time frames, I noticed that there was an imbalance in this range right here. Let me zoom in for you real quick. I noticed we had an imbalance up in here. Cool. And notice that about 50% of that imbalance lines up with that 61.8. So once price came down into here, we took a nice market execution. Here, let me just speed this up on the thing. We'll go to the 1 hour. All right, let's speed it up. All right. So we came down here, we executed, we did a market execution order here, the 61.8. And then we had our targets at the -27. And then, you know, as you can see, we had that initial move up. Because this move was so fast and aggressive, I ended up taking profit on that 14,000 somewhere up in here. Which, you know, I'm not even mad about. You know, it was a good trade. Pulled back. After it pulled back, I was pretty much out of my position. Usually I take partials. On this one specifically, I didn't necessarily take any partials. I just locked in the full thing. I was down on the week already. I got cracked on gold, so I was just taking this so I could get back at that loss, because I took a decent loss on gold. But yeah, I ended up making that back on this trade. There was a GBP NZD trade, which I'll do in the next video, and then there's some gold setups as well. But we had a nice follow through, and then this is where price is currently, right? We had a nice follow through, and then this is where price is currently. So, you know, it was a beautiful setup on this move here on Euro AUD, right? Now, in regards to it, family, what I want to do is a window capture. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just show you guys our Telegram chat, just so you guys can get a see for it. And, you know, if you want to start taking trade ideas, trade signals like these, you can 100%. Let me see. This is our TradeStar free Telegram chat. Got about 3,000 members in here almost. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the results tab just so you guys can see how many people are winning. Whether it's, you know, somebody making the $60, $70, a couple $100, somebody making 240, 270, amazing, 42, somebody who just made a $1,300 withdrawal, shout out to her. You know, Barber's getting to it, $35. Here's somebody who's up over $1,000, amazing, 400. You know, I can sit here and I can keep scrolling and show you guys all these people making all these wins, right? Whether it's the $700 or it's somebody who's up $2,000, you know? All these people are winning big. Here's somebody who made $6,000. Sheesh, insane. 97. These are all signals that we're sending out here in the chat. So as long as you can follow along, you can win with us here in the TradeStar community, right? That first little link in the chat, and we're going to send you the instructions on how you can request to enroll in the free chat. Like I said, there's no monthly subscriptions, there's no subscription fees, there's no hidden fees. You know, everything is done through our partners. So in regards to it, all you have to do is just request to join. We'll send you the instructions. All you have to do is just follow the instructions. Make sure you have some money to trade in your account, and then from there we'll add you to the free community because we'd love to have you. But that being said, I hope you got some value out of today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.